right, friends, next step on our portrait is to add the shape of our hair. So many times kids want to come in and just start coloring your hair, and that's not what we want to do. First, we want to create the shape of the hair that you're going to add the values to. So I'm going to erase that, and I want to come in and add hair. And I'm going to make this more of a feminine, but maybe not too gender specific hairstyle here. Your hair does not grow just from the top of your head. If you put your fingers on the top of your head and come forward, even if you don't have long bangs like I do, your hair comes forward into this egg shape quite a bit. So I'm going to come around, and our hair is a little bit, comes up, if you can feel, there's some bounce to it between your head and the hair. So your hair is a little bit taller than your actual scalp. And so I'm going to come around and draw kind of the shape of the hair. And here I'm just going to put a suggestion of ears in between these two guidelines. And then I might add more detail if my hairstyle doesn't completely cover them. So I want this hair to be kind of a shorter hairstyle. And I'm going to come around, and then it's going to have a part here. So I'm going to make a suggestion of the part. Our hair comes down, and I think it'll cover the ear on this side and come around, and then coming over here, maybe I'll go behind the ear on this side of the hairstyle, and I'm drawing the shape of the hair, not coloring actual hair. Maybe I don't want a perfect line there because our hair is kind of an organic shape. Kind of making some light sketchy lines, drawing light till it's right. I kind of think this, I want to even this thickness out on either side. And our hair goes behind our neck, so I want to make sure there's a suggestion of hair that's back behind. All right, so now I've drawn the shape of this hair, and now on this side I've got the hair covering up the ear and this side of the head. So I want to come in and erase all that headline, part of the scalp, the neck, and the ear, because the hair is covering up that side. But over here, I wanted it to go behind the ear, like it's tucked behind her ear, or their ear. Back like that. So I've drawn the shape of the hair. Now that I'm looking at it, I feel like this doesn't look very natural. The hair would kind of be curved at the top here. There's so many different hairstyles. In your Schoology, I have linked several tutorial videos on different hairstyles to play with, some more gender specific hairstyles. If you're interested in creating a boy versus a girl. But now, here that I've got the hair drawn in, I've got my facial features drawn in, and the basic suggestion of my shirt, now I can really come in and start adding value. Some of you already started adding value on the sides of your face, showing that the face is round, coming in, and I might start adding a little bit of shadow inside the ear. Since this is not a profile, I just need the suggestion of a shadow where the ear is. Maybe give it more of a curve here. And like your hair is going to create shadow on your face. So all around where your hair touches your face, you're going to create a bit of a shadow. And then you can use your finger to bring that value in to create kind of a skin tone. And if you want to do an all over darker skin tone, you could even come in with a light touch to your pencil and then blend that in. The more value you add, the darker your skin tone is going to be. Lots of options when you're doing this black and white pencil drawing. You want to add the same values down here around your neck, showing that the neck goes around. And the shadow that the shirt creates. And you might be working along with me right now, or you might just be watching, and then you're going to come back and add your own value. I've already started to add a little bit, so I might be a little bit ahead of you. You want to add this full value in here. And there's going to be a lot of shadow under the chin. Our chins create a lot of shadow on our neck. So I'm going to do kind of an all over with a light touch, moving my hand way back on my pencil on the neck, and then come back with my finger and really blend it in, making sure I have more value under my chin. Trying to go in that rounded shape. And I'm going to come through and really try to smooth out those pencil lines. Come through, and wherever you see maybe there's some contrast that could be added. Show more definition. You can come back through and always add more in, building up more to show more depth. I'm gonna add some more shadow in my eye socket. And now I can come through and start creating value in the hair. And I'm gonna do kind of an all over, and then come back and add darker values for some contrast, so you're kind of showing pieces of hair overlapping each other, but giving it an all over value first. Don't forget you have your pencil sharpener in your bag if you need to make a longer lead to kind of work on the side of your pencil. And hopefully you're starting to work along with me. Or maybe you wanted to pause this video and go look at the different hairstyle tutorials and then come back. Either way, this is kind of, you can work back and forth between those tutorial videos and this instructional video on adding the value in. This is where you're gonna make this kind of generic portrait a little more uniquely your own. Remember, we're practicing for when we bring in that photo of our ancestor to draw a pencil portrait of our ancestor in honor of Dia de los Muertos. Hopefully maybe you thought about it over the weekend and looked around the house for some portraits. Maybe you talked to a parent. I've started mine. I might reveal who it is. I didn't choose a family member this time for this demonstration. I decided to choose a historical figure that I think is super important. I might show you here before I sign off. And try to smooth some of this out using my finger as that blending stump, and then kind of adding some of those darker areas, showing the curve. Our hair kind of has some lift in it. And some darker values around the ear here. And it's definitely going to be darker as it goes back towards our face, kind of behind our neck. Making sure I have enough contrast to really show the shadows to create that roundness. Look around the collar of the shirt. And how dark is your shirt going to be? You want to add lots of contrast to that if it's a darker color. But maybe you're going to leave it white. It's up to you. I really want you to focus on the facial features. Alright, I might still add some more values to this as I work at it, but this is a pretty good start. Coming through, looking at my contrast. So go ahead, choose a hairstyle and play with adding the finishing values to this portrait. And then wherever you're at today, we'll submit this progress and then start talking about our ancestor.